Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be sharing some really nice summertime moisturizers. These are options that always sit great underneath sunscreen and makeup. Some of them will give that dewy, glowy complexion. Some of them will give more of that skin-like finish. But at the end of the day, they're great for all skin types, including the oiliest, the driest, combination skin like myself, and acne prone. I am very acne prone, especially during the summer, so I'm very cautious on what I use in my morning routine, because if I use things that are thicker, that are a little bit more emollient, things that I was using in the fall winter months, I will break out, my skin will feel suffocated, and my skin can't breathe, and then my skin becomes even more oily. So I don't want that, and I think a lot of us tend to use things that are a little bit more lightweight on the skin. So I do have some great options in this video. I have 5 moisturizers. Some people may want to skip a moisturizer completely in the morning routine and just go right in with sunscreen, and that's fine. Sometimes I do that, especially if it's really hot and humid outside. But most of the time I am using a moisturizer because I want to keep my skin nice and moisturized, hydrated, and keeping it nice and balanced and repaired. So let's get right into today's video. Of course, all of the products that I'm sharing, including discount codes and related videos, will all be linked below for you in my description box. I would also really appreciate it if you could kindly give this video a thumbs up, and if you could also subscribe and ring that notification bell. So the first moisturizer that I'm going to be mentioning is the new one from First Aid Beauty. This is the Hydrating Dewy Gel Cream. When this launched, I was really excited because I love a good gel cream for the summer, but I love something that gives that dewy, glowy complexion. And I still love that complexion even in the dead of summer when it's hot and humid outside. I just really love that type of finish. So if you don't love that dewy finish, then you probably won't like this unless you use this in your nighttime routine. Although I think this would be great for all skin types, including dry skin, this is going to be especially great for those that have oily combination skin and for those that are acne prone, because it is very lightweight, it's ultra sheer, and it's breathable. When you apply this to your skin, it doesn't even feel like you've applied a cream once it's dried down. It is that lightweight, and it always layers up nicely with other skincare products, sunscreen, and makeup. I've never had an issue with pilling, nor have I ever broke out from this. This is wonderful. It's also fragrance free, and the great thing about gel creams is that you don't need a lot of product. Less is more. So I find that these tend to last quite a while for me personally because you don't need a lot of product. It just spreads across the skin so nicely, and then when they dry down, your skin isn't sticky and heavy. I really love the formulation of gel creams in general, but this one from First Aid Beauty is really impressive. And again, you can use it twice a day. And I like it because it has colloidal oatmeal. So this is very calming and soothing. So if you ever experience a compromised skin barrier, maybe you've been outside for a long period of time, you have a little bit of that sunburn, or your skin feels tight, or let's say you're using active ingredients, this will be great to use to calm your skin barrier. It also has ceramides, hyaluronic acid, squalene, and niacinamide. And this will lock in moisture and prevent transepidermal water loss. So if you're looking for something that is really lightweight with all of those key ingredients, then I think you will really enjoy this. I love First Aid Beauty. I love their Ultra Repair Cream. If you've been with me for a while, you probably remember me talking about that years ago and how I would always pair it up with tretinoin because it was a great cream to use with tretinoin when you're experiencing a lot of dryness and irritation. I loved it. It saved my skin, and that one is very rich. This is kind of similar in terms of having that colloidal oatmeal, but again, super lightweight and totally different in terms of texture, but very similar in the way that it moisturizes the skin and keeping the skin nice and strong. This is the 345 Relief Cream. Now, I had seen a lot of videos on TikTok and it sold me. I thought that this would be a great option for me personally because I am somebody that is acne prone, that has combination skin, and I do experience discoloration sometimes, right? Post acne marks. So I thought this would be great for the spring, summer months. Now, 345 actually means something. So the number 3 means that there are 3 acne relief ingredients in here, like niacinamide. The 4 means that there are 4 nourishing ingredients like hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and 5 meaning that there are 5 soothing ingredients like beta-glucan, Centella asiatica, panthenol, and so on. So this actually has a potent blend of niacinamide and plant extracts to target blemishes and discoloration, like dark spots. It has this very nice lightweight formulation, but I will say if you apply too much, your skin will look quite shiny. And this is why I think this product went viral on TikTok a little while ago, is that this gives the most beautiful glass-like skin. And it does, but you can achieve that complexion with just a little bit of product. The videos that I had seen where people were getting that beautiful glass-like skin, they were using too much product and they just applied it to their skin and that's it. So the cream was just sitting on top of the skin. They weren't actually working it into the skin. So of course your skin's going to look super glass-like because it's just sitting on the surface of your skin, which is fine if that's what you like. But when you go and put sunscreen on top of that or maybe makeup, it may not sit nicely. It may not layer up too nicely because it's not absorbed into the skin. So all you need is a little amount. This spreads really nicely. I do bring this up in the eye area. I do bring this down my neck as well. And it does have this really nice lightweight gel cream texture that honestly spreads so nicely across the skin. So let me just come up close so that you can see that there. And it just feels like water when you're applying it. It has a little bit of a thickness, but it really does feel like water, and this is something that really deeply hydrates and plumps the skin. This also has different types of extracts in it. It is fragrance-free, great for all skin types, but if you are acne prone, I think that you will really enjoy this. This can be used every day, twice a day, obviously before your sunscreen, and this can be used with active ingredients as well. Next is the famous Cerave PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion. If you've been with me for a while, you probably remember me talking about this all the time. Like, this was my go-to cream in both my morning and nighttime skincare routines years ago, and I took a break from it. I haven't used this in a couple of years because I seriously needed to take a break from it, but I ended up purchasing a new one recently, and this is something that is really nice for the summer because of how lightweight it is. It's actually great for the winter as well, but it really has this nice texture that doesn't feel heavy on the skin. All skin types can use this, especially those that are oilier and that have combination skin. This one has niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and it also has your ceramides. So great ingredients, great humectants to keep the skin nice and moisturized and plump. Now, yes, they do have the AM formulation. I do not like that. Now, I don't know if it's changed since I tried it a few years ago, but I remember not liking it because it does contain sunscreen. It does have that strong sunscreen smell, at least it used to, and it used to pill with all the skincare products that I applied with it. When I applied 2 serums and then let's say the AM formula, pilling. Sometimes I would skip some serums and just use this with sunscreen, pilling. Like, I always experienced pilling and I was sick and tired of it. So I would rather use the PM in the morning and night, but then use my own sunscreen on top, and that's what I did. I don't generally like to rely on creams and moisturizers that contain sunscreen as my sunscreen protection because I fear I'm not putting enough on my skin. With sunscreen in general, you can measure it out and put the proper amount. It's a bonus to have it in your moisturizer, but I don't necessarily like to rely on it for my full-on sun protection for the day. So I rather use this and then my own sunscreen on top. But I love it because it's fragrance-free, again, super lightweight, and it keeps your skin skin-like. It's not too shiny, it's not mattifying, it just looks like your skin. Next up is the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Gel Cream for extra dry skin. Now, if you have dry skin, this would obviously be the option that you would want to go with. But this is actually great for combination oily, blemish prone skin. Even though this says extra dry, don't be alarmed. I don't find this to be too rich, too moisturizing. This is actually still lightweight enough, but this would be actually great for those days where your skin does feel a little bit tight, maybe from being outside for long periods of time, or let's say at nighttime if you are using some active ingredients. I think that this will be a great option to use with those while keeping the skin nice and plump and repaired. Now there is urea in here, hyaluronic acid, glycerin. It really does have a nice formulation. I don't find it to be overpowering in terms of the types of ingredients that are in here. So if you're just looking for something for moisture and to keep the skin nice and plump, then this is always a nice option to go with. I really do like the Hydro Boost line by Neutrogena. I don't talk about the brand a lot. It's not because I don't like it, it's just not something that I tend to gravitate towards. But I think that their Hydro Boost line is really lovely. And I tend to use more Neutrogena in the summer months versus the winter months. But this is a fragrance-free one. I do believe there is a fragranced option. I try to go fragrance-free if I can. My skin actually isn't sensitive to fragrance, but some products smell really perfumey and I don't always love the scent of some products. So if I have the option to go fragrance free, then that's the route I tend to go. So of course this can be used twice a day. It always sits nice underneath sunscreen and makeup, and it does give the skin a little bit of that glow, but it's not super dewy. It actually gives this really nice pretty glow that just looks like healthy hydrated skin. And the last cream that I'm going to be mentioning is the one from The Ordinary, the Natural Moisturizing Factors plus Beta Glucan. I could have sworn that I had a backup in my linen closet because I remember talking about this before, I think last year, and I could have sworn I had one on hand and I do not. So I do apologize, but I will insert a photo right here. You have heard me talk about this, especially if you've been with me for a while. I have used this, and this is a really nice cream. I would say that this is the most lightweight option that I am sharing in this video. This is a true gel, like it is clear like gel. There's no creaminess at all. So this is exceptionally lightweight. Sometimes I don't always gravitate towards this, especially if my skin is feeling a little tight, a little bit, let's say dry. I don't tend to go with this one. But if my skin is like really oily, it is really hot and muggy, then I will go with this because again, it is so lightweight. It's like putting a gel serum on your skin basically. And then I go right in with a sunscreen afterwards. So if you want something that doesn't have that creaminess, something that is truly like a gel, then you're going to absolutely love this. If you have dry skin, I don't think you're gonna love it unless you use this along with something else that is a little bit more moisturizing. You could always pair it up with another type of moisturizer, which I have done before, especially in the winter, but I don't do that a lot. I have done it just to see what it does, and it actually was quite nice because this product has beta glucan in it, and it just gives a little bit more moisture in those deeper layers of the skin prior to applying a more occlusive moisturizer on top. So you don't have to do that. That's just an idea and a tip that I wanted to provide you. But again, this is exceptional if you want that true gel formula. Also, I should mention, if you ever feel flushed and you just feel really warm, like, you know, you've been outside for a long period of time, you got too much sun, or maybe you just walked your dog and you came home and you just feel so flushed, wash your face obviously with cold water and put the beta glucan on your skin, like the Ordinary one, when it's nice and cold. So keep it in the fridge. I did this last year when I was using it, and I would use it sometimes first thing in the morning as that pick me up, like to wake myself up, but I would also use it a lot at the end of the day, and it's really refreshing when you apply it to your skin nice and cold. And you can keep that one in the fridge because it has that true gel texture. So I just thought I'd give you that little tip in case you wanted to try that out, because honestly, it's game changing and it's really nice when you apply it to your skin when it's nice and cold. So those are the 5 summertime moisturizers. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, that you found it helpful. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask away in that comment section and let me know what your go-to summertime cream moisturizer is. Let's get a conversation going. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Again, I will have everything linked below for you, and I will see you all in the next video. So take care, and I will see you all then. Bye guys.